Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here from the beautiful Daytona International Speedway. It's race number 1 here of the MNT Cup Series as drivers are ready to rock and roll. They're ready to go to battle here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to set these drivers loose. We're in for a treat here as we got a lot of very good, talented drivers ready to rock and roll, ready to go to battle here this evening. I'm hoping that the audio and everything is fine. Just before I went live, it looked like all of my audio stuff from Streamlabs decided that it wanted to disconnect. So I had to try to figure out which ones I had them on. Hopefully you guys can hear the microphone fine. Hopefully everything sounds fine. Hopefully everything's rolling fine, and hopefully there's no issues with the audio right now, as you never want to have audio issues, and I might have some audio issues. Let me check and see if that looks a little bit better. Okay, that does look a little bit better, but it just seems like it's moving so slow. It looks like it's moving super slow on there. So hopefully all the audio is good. Hopefully the audio issues aren't a thing here this evening, as we don't want any bugs on opening night here, ladies and gentlemen. No bugs this evening. So if you guys are watching, you guys are tuning in, if you guys are listening, please let me know that you can hear the music in the background. You can also hear my voice as I'm talking as well. Hopefully everything is a-okay, and we're not going to run into any of those audio issues here on the evening, because I have a sneaky suspicion we might run into some. You guys may not even be able to hear me right now. I actually have no clue. I have no idea if you guys can hear me right now or not. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Woo! One could hope. One could hope. Let me copy all this. Let me make sure we get all the proper things put into the right place. Let me make sure everyone gets the links here. Let me definitely... Just making sure that everybody gets an opportunity here. Okay, Derek Cat did share that off. Okay, perfect. Derek got it sent off. Caleb with the thumbs up. What's good, Caleb? Caleb McKinney coming in, showing the love. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Caleb. Caleb with the thumbs up. Caleb, you can hear the audio. The audio is good, right? I'm still hoping that the audio is good. The audio wasn't good before I hit the go live button. I don't know why it wasn't, but I'm hoping that all the audio issues are here and gone. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that nothing bad is going on with the audio, as audio issues are my arch nemesis. I hate any type of audio issues, as we'll get ready to rock and roll here. Drivers out on the racetrack ready to duke it out here this evening. As we take a look here through the some of the drivers out there on the racetrack, you see the number 18 rider Joshua Yarborough out there on the track in the Interstates number 18 machine. You see Pancho Olivis out there as well in the 87 ride. I'm probably gonna get I'm hoping I'm saying that right. You see Keith Fonseca out there as well. Keith Fonseca out there on the track in that 61 ride as the Lemon Heads machine, looking to have a wonderful evening. Derek Cat also out there on the track. Good to see Derek out there rolling some laps on the racetrack. Ryan Murphy and his Interstate Batteries number 55 ride rolling out there as well. See Mike Martino out there is Mike rolling in the beautiful Super Mario GameStop ride. That is a slick looking 75 ride there for him out on the racetrack. Corey Taylor out there as well. Corey looking to have a good run here in the 112 machine, but he's actually rolling with the 4 paint scheme here on the evening. And then William Burton out there on the track. We got a huge field of drivers, ladies and gentlemen. We got an absolutely insane amount of drivers here. Caleb McKinney out there on the track. Let's see what Caleb can do out there on the racing surface as well. This is our first race with the series. So first race with the iRacing MNT Cup Series, and it's going to be a ton of fun. That's all I can say. And qualifying has come to a close, and it looks like we got a solid 49 drivers in attendance here this evening, looking to duke it out, looking to go to battle here at Daytona International Speedway. This is a full house type of race here. 49 drivers, where are we? Do we go back in time? Are we back in like 1970s when they just let everyone who showed up race? I'm just kidding. I love it. More cars, more fun, more action out there on the racetrack, and each and every one of these drivers, they are ready to they're ready to see the action. They're ready to see those green flags fly. They're ready to go to battle. They're ready to duke it out. My boy Caleb Ramsey coming in with the thumbs up on the broadcast over on Facebook. How are you, Caleb? Caleb coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. What's good, my boy? What's good, Caleb? Says, let's go. Let's go, Caleb. Let's go, baby. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know what to do, though. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow and subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you check us out over on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, as we're live on all 3 channels right now as these drivers are ready to rock and roll. My boy Joey Lamb coming in as well. What's good, Joey? Joey coming in with that thumbs up on the broadcast. Good luck out there on the track, Joey and Caleb Ramsey, as we'll get ready to set these drivers loose. We'll get ready to go. Green flag racing here is starting on the pole in the number. Let's see if we can get a good look at this car. It's a little bit tough there, but the beautiful number 91 ride is going to be starting on that pole position. So the 91 machine of Wesley Donaldson out in front, starting on the pole. The MNT Cup Series number 88 of Clay Cantrell is going to start there in position number 2. The 13 machine, the Budweiser ride of Kevin Haas, is going to start there in 3rd with Fred Anderson to his outside in the 94. Daryl Young Jr. going to be starting in the 5th position on the racetrack. His drivers are going to start rolling down pit lane here any moment. Daryl Young Jr. going to be starting there in 5th. Mike Peters in the 6th position. Anthony Cantino, I'm probably going to get that totally wrong. Anthony M. there in position number 6. We see Steve Tucker, Austin Call, AJ Cruz, Bradley King out there on the track in the number 11 ride. Here's Bradley King. Get a good look here at his ride on the racetrack. Then we see Frank Peacock. Hopefully I'm getting Peacock right. Hopefully that is the correct way to do it. Christian Angel Rowdy going to be starting out there in about the 12th position. Joshua Yarborough, Keith Fonseca, Justin Lewis, Caleb Ramsey, Justin Bentley back in the 18th position. Matthew Grant, Chris Mayo, Hunter Kent, Todd Merkel, Corey Rainey, Brock Page, Jacob Carter, Nate Defiant, Justin Hurst, Sean Wilder, Adam Thomas. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we got a huge field as Shane Griffith is going to be bringing up our top 30 here in the Lowe's number 48 ride. Scott Bellum, Scott McKinney, Joey Lamb, Dale Miller, Ryan Murphy, and we see a lot of other drivers out here as well. The 4 ride out there on the racetrack, and man, we got a huge field of drivers. I don't even think we can get all of them into a frame here. As Corey Taylor out there, Ronald Taylor out there as well, Randall Taylor, and Chantel Paulette and Chris Melton, unfortunately not out on the racetrack to start this race. And it looks like a couple drivers down pit side. Marshall Harris, Chase Greer down pit side, as we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing. We'll figure out where everybody is, but right now we do know the 91 ride of Wesley Donaldson is out in front as the green flag flies for the first time here in the MNT Cup Series, as at Daytona International Speedway, the driver building the speed down into quarter number 1, trying to shift up through the gears, down at quarter number 2. As they start to hit top speed, you're going to see drivers shuffling around the racetrack, trying to find some holes, trying to find some ways to get to where they want. Some drivers may try to play it safe, fall to the back of the pack. Other drivers may try to keep their cars right at the front of the field, as Clay Cantrell is going to jump to the point. The 91 of Wesley Donaldson going to stay right there on his back bumper as they bump draft down out of corner number 4 and down through the tri-oval across the line for the first time here in the MNT Cup Series. It's Clay Cantrell leading lap number 1. So Clay leading that first lap, but here comes the 94 of Fred Anderson. Anderson looking like the outside, and here comes Mike Peters as well in the 94 ride. Peters looking to try to work himself up towards the front of the field, and drivers still moving around. Still pretty dicey out there on the racetrack. Everyone trying to get to the front of the field here early in this race. The one ride right there within striking distance. That is the drivers looking like they may try to poke their nose out here. Maybe try to go a little 3 wide. Everyone feeling the pressure here of the opening race of a brand new series. Everyone hoping to get themselves a great finish here to start this series off on the right note. They keep themselves clean and green and trying to keep themselves out of trouble on the racetrack. One little mistake going to have the big one. Here at Daytona International Speedway, we've seen them happen through the middle of the pack. We've seen them happen at the front of the pack. Sometimes there is no safe place to be here at Daytona International Speedway to avoid that big crash that we always see here at the super speedways, where you see a great shove there on the outside as teammates in the race day rides right there together as Steve Tucker leads the way. That is Christian Angel right there in position number 2. Sorry, that's Christina Angel. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Christina? Yeah, it's Christina Angel. I'm hoping I'm getting that right. Words sometimes are very tough, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Peters now in that inside lane here as Peters looking to try to make some moves, trying to get that inside lane to work as he's trying to roll the 95 ride to the point here. Darrell Young Jr. right there in the mix. Here comes Frank Peacock as well as Peacock right there in the number 12. Trying to keep on rolling here on the outside lane in that body armor machine as he rolls in about the 6th position on the racetrack. Everyone very racy here, still at the front of the field as slowly but surely, you see Wesley Donaldson, our pole sitter, sliding backwards here to about the 8th position as now he's got Joshua Yarbrough who is outside. Kevin Haas right there in position number 10. Keith Fonseca there in the 11th position as Anthony Calatoni. I'm saying it right. I'm probably getting it completely wrong. Is Anthony Calatoni there in position number 9 now, working himself up inside the top 10. Bradley King right there as well in the Napa Auto Parts number 11 ride on the racetrack. The 61 ride looking very fresh there as he's looking lemony fresh out on the racetrack. The Lemonhead 61 ride looking to try to work himself inside the top 10. So isn't Justin Bentley. Is Bentley, Hunter, Kent, Torrey, Rainey, Austin Call, Chris Mayo, all right there in this big group. And then you see Todd Merkel right there hanging on back in the 2 car. Jacob Carter right there. Justin Lewis a little farther back in the 07 machine. Back in position at number 23. You see the second group of cars back here a little farther back as everyone trying to have some fun, everyone moving around, everyone trying to play some different strategies here as we do see a little smoke back here. A couple of drivers running into issues, and I do believe we are going to see our first caution flag of the day fly. Let's see who may have gotten tied up in it. Everyone's still rolling. AJ Cruz, Joey Lamb. See if we can take a look back and see who may have been tied up in this one as see much damage, but there's a ton of drivers here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know if my iRacing can handle this many cars, but we're going to make it work no matter what. We'll take a look back and see what happens here as it looks like the 01 ride. I'm not 100% sure on who that is, and I'm not sure who that car is who's outside. That's the 99 ride of Sean Wilder. Unfortunately going around right there and then disappeared off my screen for a hot second as they all kind of get tied together. The 76 ride right there collected with it. I do believe that is not the 76 ride. So 75 ride of Mike Martino getting collected there as well. A little contact there for him as all this is happening deeper in the field. And fortunately a couple of drivers getting turned around there. The 75 goes for a loop-de-loop and bit of damage there on his ride, but he's going to keep that thing pointed and keep on rolling it there on the racetrack as we will get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to try to go back to green flag racing. We do see Sean Wilder down pit side. Mike Martino rolling out there on the track. Looks like he's got that car fixed back up and back out onto the racetrack. See the number 40 machine of Chase Greer right there with him. The 81, the Mud Duck Racing ride. That is Joey Lamb back in the 41st spot. And his Mud Duck Racing teammate, the Majula Say Speed Shop machine, the 57 of AJ Cruz right there as well. Now, those are two drivers we're accustomed here on PeaceMaker Gaming. You have a ticker running order. Yeah, it should be working. Good catch on that one. Busy man up here. Let me get that refreshed. I totally hit the wrong button. Let me go back here. There we go. Why is it popping up as that? That's not what I was clicking on. There we go. All right, there we go. That should be refreshed, but should be good. It should be good. Libby says, go long mirror number 88. And yes, the ticker should be good now. Let me check over on the YouTube stream. There we go. Yes, the ticker, sometimes it just needs to refresh the page. So looks like it is good. It is working, and everyone should get a good look there at everybody on the racetrack and the current running order. Now, hopefully everything continues to work well. Hopefully audio issues stay astray. We don't run into any type of audio issues as we will get ready to go back to green flag racing here as Steve Tucker out in front here. Tucker leads the way with Christian. Hopefully I'm saying that. Hopefully it's Christian, not Christina, but it might be Christina Angel. I think it's Christina, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that's a tough one right there, chat. Could be Chris, could be Christina. There's no A at the end, so it's got to be Christian. So Christian Angel there in position number 2. Sorry about that, Christian. As Christian Angel in that second spot, the 60 ride out there on the racetrack as everyone out there looking very, very good. Very racy there. You know, obviously we saw that couple cars getting collected deeper in the field. That's a normal thing to happen, especially here at Daytona International Speedway. Luckily enough, those drivers were at the back of the pack when the contact was made. If drivers come together like that towards the front of the field, you can have a lot of carnage in a quick hurry. When there's 30, 40 cars rolling into a 2 or 3 car spin, there's not a whole lot of room left out there on the racetrack. And when you're rolling at 190 miles an hour, you can't get onto the binders as quickly as you'd like, and you can't get around a lot of the action that's happening in front of you. And even if you can get checked up, sometimes you get ran over from behind. Sometimes it's just so many different things that can happen to you out there on the track to keep yourself hopefully out of trouble and pointed in the right direction here on the evening. As Mud Duck Racing coming in with the like and the share on the broadcast. Everyone coming in showing the love here this evening. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow or subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. The lights are off, the official iRacing pace car, and we'll get ready to set these drivers loose once again on the evening. A big field of cars here, a lot of drivers ready to continue battling, a lot of drivers ready to keep on duking it out here on the evening as we started this race officially with 49 cars registered here into the field. I do believe a few of those were admins here on the series or race control, and unfortunately looks like about 45, 44 cars all took the green flag here. So still a very big field of drivers, a lot of tough competitors out there on the racetrack, and we're going to see a lot of drivers coming from the front, going to the back, and everyone moving around, everyone trying to keep themselves picture perfect out there on the raceway. As Steve Tucker going to get ready for the first restart down through the Geico restart zone. He is the command driver, and he quickly launches down through the tri-oval. He's going to clear the outside lane. Same with the 71 ride as Darrell Young Jr. giving him a great push there at that restart zone. quickly onto his back bumper. They're up through the gears, open up a little bit of a gap here, which is not always a good thing. Is Christian Angel trying to track them down of the 71 ride. Kevin Haas right there as well, up into position number 4 here for the number 13 machine on the racetrack, as Budweiser ride looking very fresh. Here comes the Netflix number 4 ride of Corey Rainey right there as well, working herself up into the top 5. Now that could be a boy or a girl. I do apologize. I'm not 100% sure. And it's one thing that we never discussed between me and any of the admins on some of the racers out there. So I do apologize if I misgender any of the drivers out there. If your name is differently, I don't know. Mike Peters right there, Derek Cat, the man with the plan, the master man. Cat right there within striking distance as well, as he's been slowly but surely working himself up through the field. Right now, he is the hard charger on the racetrack. They're in that 21 machine as the MNT ride up 27 positions from where he started. 27 spots up and now inside the top 10, as he's got Justin Bentley right there to his outside. Fred Anderson right there as well. Evan Haas, Justin Lewis, Caleb Ramsey trying to work himself up into the field here. Good look there at the Mud Duck Racing with Julius A. Speed Shop. Sweet victory of number 5 ride here. A new looking ride for Ramsey as Caleb Ramsey runs in that 13th position. Right there, Adam Thomas having a good run here as he's trying to work the middle. 69 ride, a beautiful looking paint scheme there for the Dark Horse machine, as I believe that is the Mountain Dew Baja Point Break Punch. I don't know if I've ever tried it, but sounds like it could be a very amazing drink out there. And right now, the 69 ride of Adam Thomas sporting that very fast out there on the racetrack, trying to work himself up inside the top 10. Hunter Kent in the Interstate Batteries number 54 ride, rolling there in position number 13. Outside is Mayo looking to have a good evening as well in the 23 ride. Bradley King, Todd Merkel, Anthony Cole, and Tawny, as we do see some contact with the match. A couple drivers getting tied together. I do believe we are going to see the caution flag fly here once again, so the caution flag is going to come back out. See if we can take a look here at what might have happened. Looks like, yeah, right here, the 0-1 and the 32 coming together right there. I believe that is possibly Marshall Harris. Nowhere to go there for the 12 ride of Frank Peacock. Is Frank Peacock is unfortunately wrong place, wrong time here, and 0-1, 32 come together, and he's kind of right there tied up, nowhere to go. He tries to get slowed up, does a good job of it, was able to get onto the binders rather quickly right there. So a good piece of driving. Let's see if we can jump right on board the cockpit here with this 12 machine, as see this happen right in front of him, and woo! Oh man, does a great job getting onto the binders. Luckily enough, not a lot of drivers back there behind him to run him over, make any contact there with him, so he's able to keep that car pointed in the right direction and keep on trucking. So a good piece of ends up driving there for Frank Peacock, as he's got his machine still pointed in the right direction, as Justin Hurst right there behind him, the 25 ride to Scott Bellum right there as well. So we'll see if we can try to pull Frank up into the broadcast booth. I'm not sure, laugh out, how do our boy like that, Mark? Oh gosh, how do you do our boy like that? No, Corey Rainey is a guy. Okay, thank you, Mark. Okay. I wanted to make sure. Okay, you never know. Okay, and I just can't assume in today's day and age. Can't assume, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm glad someone in the chat was able to help us out with that one. Thank you, Mark, for that one, for helping us out there on that notion, as we never want to upset somebody by the wrong pronouns, I suppose you would call it, as we don't want to get into that. As we'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing, let's see if we can find somebody here in the chat that maybe pull in. There's a lot of drivers in here, a lot of drivers that have been working themselves up and down throughout the field here. I was hoping to see if we could find Frank Peacock. There we go. I think we did find him. Hopefully we can roll him all the way up here. Doesn't quite look like it. I don't think in the Discord that I'm displeased with. Let me see. Hey Frank, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy? Not too bad, Frank, man. A close call right there for the 12 machine as you're just rolling, trying to mind your business, trying to keep your car clean out there on the racetrack. See two drivers come together right there in front of you. You're able to get onto the binders quick enough to avoid any contact and not get ran over from behind, man. Take advantage through that caution and the contact that happened right in front of you. Some great heads-up driving right there, some great anticipation of contact in front of you, and luckily enough, you're able to keep that body armor 12 ride nice and clean and still rolling on the racetrack. Any shoutouts you'd like to have here throughout throughout the beginning of the season? As you know, always nice to get some drivers up in here early on, let them have some time on the air and get some looks at it, and making some good moves like that is always awesome to watch. So anyone you'd like to shout out here for the beginning of the season? Absolutely, that's the main thing, keeping communication, keeping your cars clean, and being there at the end. Good luck out there, Frank and crew, and hopefully we'll see you guys up here in the broadcast booth after the checkered flag. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Frank Peacock as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing there. As pull Frank up for a quick little in-race interview as the 12 ride rolling out there on the racetrack. Still looking very, very good, looking very fast out there, trying to keep himself clean and green and keeping himself out of trouble. And if you can keep on pulling moves off like that, that's how you can survive a night. That's how you can make a what could have been a bad night into a good night right there, keeping yourself out of contact and keeping yourself out of possibly driving into other drivers or anything else. I made the paint scheme lap. Perfect, Mark. Perfect. That's awesome. That's awesome. The paint schemes here for a lot of these drivers are absolutely insane, man. There's some very beautiful looking rides out there. There's some pretty amazing cars. I'm not gonna lie. Even you take a look at the 4 machine right there, the Netflix ride right there for Corey Rainey, looking pretty fresh, man. Like, I mean, that looks like the opening screen. Like, are we making a Netflix documentary here this evening? That's what I want to know. I mean, we do have the very beautiful Jimmy Johnson Lowe's throwback, all-star race paint scheme right there behind him. It's like, it's Netflix making a documentary on Jimmy Johnson out there at Daytona. You tell me. You tell me. I'm just kidding. As we get ready, we're going to go back to green flag racing as everyone back onto the horse here. Steve Tucker leads us back down through the green flag and through the Geico restart zone. Daryl Young working right there with him, and the 60 ride of Christian Angel battling here. Everyone jumps up into it. Everyone trying to keep on rolling as Ramsey will take that inside lane, and I'll try to get my Mud Duck Racing number 5 ride to the front of the field. Now you see the number 95 and the 16 jump down in front of him, as well as the Ranger Boats number 16 ride. Gonna jump down there. That's Justin Bentley trying to work himself in front of Caleb Ramsey, trying to get to the front of the field. Same with Mike Peters as Peters in the Canes ride, looking to try to work himself to the front as well, but no help down low, unfortunately. I need a few more drivers to get down onto that bottom lane. There you go. You see a few more drivers down low. As that hindsight loses drivers, the bottom side gains drivers. Both be slowly but surely become a little bit more confirmed. Is a little bit broken up right now. Everyone trying to figure out where they need to be or where they can be out there on the racetrack. And it's Steve Tucker who continues to lead the way. Darrell Young Jr. has been right there on his back bumper. The Beast Mode machine has been right there for many of laps in the 60 ride of Christian Angel's been right there as well. These drivers have been doing a fantastic job here at the front of the field. Anthony Tony, hopefully I'm still saying that right or wrong, I don't know, but we will get it right one of these times, I'm sure of it. Battling right there just outside the top 5 of the 94 ride of Fred Anderson, unfortunately slightly on the bottom side. The 61 of Keith Seca right there in the mix, as well as Keith trying to work the 61 ride into the picture here. He's right there in the Lemonheads number 61 machine, and he's looking pretty fierce out there on the racetrack as well. This car has been up and down, but he's been able to make some passes in a quick hurry, so he's very versatile on where he can run on the racetrack and making those moves, filling the gaps and trying to just find his way to the front of the field. And slowly but surely, that Lemonheads ride is getting there, as now the 36 ride of Brock Payne. Out of nowhere, Brock Payne up inside the top 5 now, as well as the Castrol. That is a Frank Keselowski paint scheme on the racetrack, as Brock Payne trying to use a little bit of inner Brad Keselowski magic here on the super speedway. He's trying to work himself to the front of the field. A good push there from the 84 ride, as Anthony giving him a good shove down that back. Number 3, our bull sitter, Wesley Donaldson right there as well. The action at the front of the field continues to range on. Here comes the number 12 machine. Frank Peacock right there as well. Frank says, you know what, I'm done hanging out towards the back of the pack. It didn't really save me much before, so he's right back up here. He's looking to go door to door towards the front of the field. Some awesome right there behind him. Justin Hurst here on the second pack. Scott McKinney right there as well in position 19, and then Sean Wilder, Austin Call, Clay Cantrell all the way back in position 21. He's on his 88 ride. We need some laps early in this race as the Aflac 47. Austin Call works to his outside. Kevin Ross right there in that group, as well as Chris Mayo in the 23. William Burton in the 83. Now on the inside that we see Joey Lamb in the 81. Rolling about the 26th position, Hunter Cole, Chase Greer, Matthew Fritz, Corey Rainey. Out there on the racetrack, and then more drivers a little farther back. Here is Pancho Olivias. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Olivaz. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm probably getting it completely wrong. Back at about that 29th spot, AJ Cruz right there as well. Ryan Murphy, Scott Bellum, Shane Griffin, Derek Cat back there. You saw Cat towards the front of the field now. Back in about the 35th spot has Adam Thomas there to his outside. That is Dale Miller right there as well. Man, these guys put on a heck of a show here as Reese Markham out there in the number 1 ride. I do believe you see Lucas Longmire, a little bit of damage there on the number 32 ride that unfortunately got tied together there during that second caution flag, but Lucas Longmire keeping himself on the green flag on the lead lap out there on the racetrack. Joshua Yarborough, Martino the third right there with him. Jacob Carter back there as well in the 63. Unfortunately, it does look like Jacob may be off the racetrack. Some of these drivers that started this race, unfortunately, off the racetrack as you see these drivers go across the start-finish line as Steve Tucker continues to lead the way. Tucker continues to look very, very strong, very good out there on the racetrack as he's been controlling this race. And I'm not sure if they're teammates, but Christian Angel have been working perfectly together here. They've been pretty much lined up a lot of these restarts. They've been able to get right in with each other. 1, 2, and 3. They've been right on each other's back bumper and nose, and they continue to keep on racing. What's the team name Corey Raines races for? That is, I'm not sure. Corey Rainey. I'm assuming that Corey races for Team Netflix. I don't know. It's the only name on the side of Corey's car out there on the racetrack, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not up to date on all of the different teams or anything else. And both of these channels are all just team channels that I can see drivers in, unfortunately. But there are a lot of very, very good teams out there, a lot of very good drivers, and I might have to make a section up or something that I can see which race teams everyone's on together, because that could be very useful information for us up here in the booth, knowing which drivers are with which crews, who usually runs together, who's kind of the same, everyone's in the same clique kind of deal, and everything else. But right now, Steve Tucker, Darrell Young Jr., Christian Angel working perfectly together here at the front of the field. Juan Seca right there behind him in that 61 ride. In the 54 ride, they're in position number 5 on the racetrack is Justin Lewis trying to get that inside lane rolling here. Justin trying to work it down low as the 07 ride. Trying to crack inside the top 5. He's got Caleb Ramsey in the Mud Duck Racing number 5 ride. There to his outside. Wesley Donaldson, though, right on his back bumper. Trying to push him to the front of the field. And you can see the difference here of just the inside lane and the outside lane there. As the inside lane, you're able to cut the corner there, taking the shortest way around the racetrack. You're able to gain a lot of track time and maybe a little track position through the corners, but on the straightaways, that is a bit of momentum, the extra little bit of cars up there. But right now, that 91 is trying to push to the front of the field, almost by himself out there on the racetrack. Finally going to get some help here as the 4 ride right there, as well as I'm trying to give him a couple shots, trying to work him a little closer to the front of the field. I believe that is Corey Taylor in that 4 machine, as Corey Taylor right there in the mix of things. See the number 62 and Nate Defiant. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Nate is the 62 Defiant there in the 11th position. Mike Peters right there with him as well, as our top 11 have broken away here. A little bit of a gap back to our 12th place driver, Bradley King. There in 12 as Justin Bentley, Brett Anderson, Ron Lee, Sean Wilder back there. Actually, that is the 01 ride, I do believe. That's the 01 machine of, I believe that is Frank Peacock. Who is that? The 1 ride. The 01 is sure he has Mackham? Sharice Mackham? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably getting it completely wrong. I do apologize again for any names that I do get wrong out there on the racetrack. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. You guys are watching it, whether you're a racer or friend or family tuning in, and you know how to correctly pronounce some of these names, struggle with them, please don't be afraid to in the comment section. Let me know. Trying to break it down a little bit for me, or simple, and if you're a driver and you're re-watching the broadcast even, you can message me, or leave a comment on the YouTube stream or on the Facebook stream or anything else. Leave a comment on there for me, and I will see it, and I'll try to learn as many of them as quickly as possible. That is for certain. As Brock Page currently rolling in the 15th position here. The 01 ride, unfortunately, is a lap down back there. And deep in the field right now is leading the way here in this 3rd bit of a pack here. Another big group back forming here as Clay Cantrell is leading the field here in that 88 ride. This field here is rolling in the 16th position. Justin right there behind him. Kevin Haas, Sean Wilder, Kenny right there as well. Todd Merkel there in position 21. Hunter Cole, Corey Rainey right there in 23rd. William Burton, Chris Mayo, Austin Call, Chase Greer, Matthew Fritz, Joey Lamb, and Ryan Murphy in the 55 ride here. Rounding out our top 30 on the racetrack, he's got Scott Bellum, AJ Cruz, Shane Griffin, Derek Catt, Frank Peacock, Dale Miller, Adam Thomas right there with him. The 32 ride a little farther back here. Unfortunately, a lap down as well here for that 32 machine on the racetrack. So dump right there for Lucas also a lap down. Mackham also a lap down as well. And then Anthony Colatoni, hopefully I'm saying that right, does look like he's off the racetrack now, as well as Jacob Carter, also off the racetrack. Caleb McKinney, Marshall Harris, also off the track as well. So a few drivers having issues here throughout this race, possibly internet connection issues, but we do see some green flag pit stops underway here. Our race leaders all headed down pit side here, a big group of cars headed down pit lane as, oh man, this is when things can really get wild here. Green flag pit stops, you never know when drivers are going to have, accidents coming into pit lane. If they miss their pit stall, if they have to put it in reverse, if they have speeding penalties, which is a big thing you do not want to have. And some drivers you'll see get tires, some drivers you'll see probably just going fuel only. So be very interesting to see what drivers are going to be able to do here with these pit stops now getting underway. So this is going to be very, very interesting, and it'll be interesting to see if we see the next group come down right afterwards. More drivers headed down across the line there, but out in front, Wesley Donaldson's going to go back to the lead here. So we'll take a look and see that WBE diecast right. Hopefully I'm getting that abbreviation right there for Wesley. It's Wesley Donaldson is our race leader out there on the racetrack in that 91 run. Our pole sitter back out in front, but still waiting for some more green flag pit stops. Justin Lewis right there with him, 95 of Mike Peters. They're in third. Bradley King, the Napa Auto Parts, the Get Up and Go. Camaro, they're in position number 4. Justin Bentley, Brock Page back in 5th and 6th, and then you see 94, Fred Anderson, Nate Defiant back there as well in the 62. Clay Cantrell. These drivers are all in a line here. They're all lined up. They're all running some very fast lap times, drafting with each other in a bigger pack. And now this is where things will get even more interesting, is even though they haven't came down big side yet, they're all rolling single file, running some very, very good lap times. Our leaders that came down pit side already, they unfortunately are now quite a ways behind, and they are not as organized as that other field. So they don't have a lot of drafting help right now. They're very broken up as the 54 line, I do believe, of Hunter Kent is actually going to be our race leader after those green flag pit stops. If everything cycles through, but if everything cycles through, these drivers last time by the start finish line ran a 50-second lap, so 50 seconds here for our race leaders who are currently running a 47 second lap time. So having the lead in front and having this big pack back here, putting these drivers into a totally different category, and right now they're running 30 seconds quicker, 2-3 seconds quicker than what those drivers who came down pit side already did. So this could become very, very interesting in a quick hurry, ladies and gentlemen. If drivers are having to sit back, chillax, and relax here, and they run a lot more laps out in that lead pack, it could really hurt a lot of these drivers with barring no caution flags. It could put a bunch of these cars quite a ways down here. A lot of drivers could be back and hurt here from that bit of a pit stop, as Steve Tucker, who was our race leader, the 71, and Darrell Young Jr. and Christian Angel, were all 1, 2, and 3 for a lot of this opening race, coming down early, now losing a lot of time on the racetrack, running a lot slower lap times than what they were running at the front of the field. This could put them in a quick hurry, but they're starting to get paired up together here. They're starting to push a little bit better, and last time by, these three drivers were actually fairly close in comparison for lap time. Steve Fonseca trying to join in on that action as well. Caleb right back there as well in that number 5 ride. He's got Hunter Kent right there behind him. Caleb a little farther back in the number 4 ride. Unfortunately, I do believe Corey A is being scored right now. The first car 1 lap down. Lucas Longmire. Second car 1 lap down on the racetrack here, but man, it's gonna be wild to see what's gonna happen here, as there's a lot of good hard racing out there on the racetrack, and Unfortunately for some drivers, they may fall behind the 8 ball here with early pit stops as drivers still rolling out there. We haven't seen any other green flag pit stops other than that one lap. We saw a bunch of drivers come down pit road. Since then, we haven't seen that. So, old strategy gun. We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out for them on the racetrack. But man, this is going to be a heartbreaker for that team as they've been working very, very well together. Tucker, Christian Angel, they've been working very well together lap after lap after lap. And you can see back here Ryan Murphy, all working together. Here is the cruise missile, just waiting patiently here, trying to keep that car clean, trying to keep it at a trouble. He's done a great job so far. See that beautiful Lowe's Jimmy Johnson throwback paint scheme ride right there behind him. That is the 48 ride of Shane Griffin. Back in position in number 24. Derek Catt right there with him, as well as the very beautiful 21 ride back in 25th position. I do believe that is the Krispy Kreme number 8 ride of Dale Miller right there behind those guys in the, oh, here we go. More pit stops. The 99 ride, Sean Wilder down pit side, Justin Hurst, Scott McKinney down pit side as well. So more drivers headed down pit side here. We did see, I believe that was Corey Taylor. Nope. See some more of these other drivers. We did see Frank Peacock down pit side. Clay Contrell also down pit road here as well in the number 88 ride. So pit strategy here. And unfortunately, the 01 parked in the exact same pit stall as the 88. So not sure what's going on there with that one, but they're kind of right in there together. I don't know if they're sharing a pit stall. They may be sharing a pit stall. We did start with 49 drivers here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. 49 cars started this race, and we may have a lot of them out right now, but there is still a lot of drivers out there to create chaos and mayhem in a quick hurry. Right now, things get a little bit more broken up as more green flag pit stops get underway here. We do see more drivers slowly but surely waiting to head down pit side. Whew. Man, this is going to be some nerve-wracking times here for a lot of these drivers as, there you go, you do see 18 to 75 ride battle right there. More drivers going back onto the racetrack here as Steve Tucker and Christian Angel still right there together. They have lost a couple of the people they were working with. Tucker and them are just, unfortunately, that whole group is kind of getting busted up right now. You see Caleb Ramsey quite a ways back there behind these guys. Ramsey falling way back. Kent right there with them. Mike Peters, Heath Fonseca right there as well, falling back. The 87 ride of Pancho Olivis. I'm going to get that wrong every time. As all these drivers, man, nerve-wracking times, green flag pit stops at Daytona, any type of super speedway racetrack can be very, very nerve-wracking. You know, different strategies that everyone's playing out. If you end up a lap down or you come out of the pits, if you have a too quick of a pit stop or too slow of a pit stop, you know, there's going to be a big gap between yourself and the next car. When you have no drafting help out there on the racetrack, when you have no one right there on your back bumper, you know, working together, pushing each other, and everything else on the straightaways and through the corners, you're losing a ton of time out there on the racetrack. And the more and more lap time that you're losing is the more and more positions when everything cycles through that you can lose. And right now, more and more drivers just rolling out there on the track, coming down pit side, and that puts you at risk of possibly being caught a lap down. If you're already hanging back quite a ways, then you come down pit side, maybe have a little bit of a slow pit stop, you come out and you're lapped by, you know, the race leaders who haven't pitted yet. Caution flag gets displayed. You can be stuck down a lap, and you can be stuck down a lap all evening long. It's very tough to get laps back here at Daytona, so it's going to be interesting to see on everything that'll play through here, what everyone's going to be able to do all evening long here to try to rebound or try to get everything they can out of the evening, as everyone wanting to try to pick up the checkered flag here today. As you see the beautiful Pennzoil number 25 of Scott Bellum and the beautiful Mountain Dew Dark Horse number 69 of Adam Thomas rolling out there on the racetrack as more and more drivers looking to head down pit side here. So So here you go, Austin Cole, Kevin Haas, Corey Rainey, all coming down pit side. Hunter Cole, Todd Merkel, Chris Mayo, all coming down pit lane here as well. So another group of drivers headed down pit side. Another wave of them down pit road, but out in front, it's still the 91 rider, Wesley Donaldson. Donaldson still leading the way here, and he's got a couple of drivers right in front of him that he could potentially be putting a lap down and possibly being stuck a lap down right now. As they're trying to hang on, they're trying to keep themselves out of trouble here, but there you go. That's exactly what they want to see. Here comes Wesley Donaldson and Justin Lewis, both down pit side. So our race leaders here throughout these green flag laps down pit side, and going to give Chase Greer the race lead. So Chase Greer now the new race leader here. Matthew Fritz right there behind him, the 29 ride in position number 2. So congratulations here for the 40 ride. Chase Greer leading a lap here in this season opener for the MNT Cup Series. Is all these drivers, man, doing a fantastic job out there on the racetrack. Casey Duran, my boy Casey, coming in showing the love. What's good, Casey? Coming in showing the love here with the horns up. Stevie Hoax becoming a brand new follower as well over on the Facebook channel. Stevie, welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker Crew, coming in some matching that follow button over on the Facebook channel. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. As here comes Chase Greer, Matthew Fritz down pit side. Here comes another wave of drivers. Dale Miller, Derek Cat, Scott Bello, Adam Thomas, all down pit lane here. Everyone looking to get work done here. Everyone pulling into their pit stalls, and slowly but surely, you see this one ride possibly going to be rolling here to the race lead, down through the tri-oval, across the start-finish line, and down across pit lane. Here you go, he's going to make the pass right there, and back out in front, it's Steve Tucker. Continuing to lead the way here, Christian Angel right there behind him. Christian Brownie Angel in position number 2 is Justin Lewis in the 07 ride. Good pit stop there by these guys. Going to come out in the second spot. Wesley Donaldson right there in position number 4 is 3rd and 4th on the track. Mike Peters a little farther back there in position number 5. He's got Hunter Kent, Caleb Ramsey, Fonseca right there in that group, and then about 4 seconds behind them we see Brock Page leading this bigger group of drivers, trying to get all together here, trying to get single file and trying to work themselves up towards the front of the field. As it's a little bit broken up, but packs are going to try to get up to the front of the field. Still shuffling around for positions, and anything can happen in this race. We still got a lot of laps left to go here around this 1.5-mile speedway. As you see that active little group there, unfortunately, I do believe those drivers right there behind our race leaders are a lap down. I do believe that is the number 18 rider, Joshua Yarborough, and the 11 rider, Bradley King, both a lap down here to our race leaders, and that makes a 4-car pack here at the front of the field. And these 4-car packs can pack a punch. They can lay down some very, very good lap times here. Unfortunately, they're currently running about half a second quicker than our 3rd and 4th place drivers here of Justin Lewis and Wesley Donaldson, as they roll back there behind them. Half a second slower, though, as they're only a 2-car pack. They're waiting for this next group to catch up to them in a quick hurry, as Mike Peters, Hunter Kent, Caleb Ramsey, and Keith Fonseca cannot catch up to them quick enough, as they're trying to drag brake, trying to bring them right there to their back bumper. Now, the big thing is they're going to be lacking in speed, especially if this 95 ride can catch them on the exit of the corner, can try to make the move, and you can see that happening right there. They're looking to try to just go right around these guys and maybe see if they can just put them back there behind them, but they're going to try to side draft here down the straightaways and see if they can try to make a bigger pass here into that 3rd spot here with Mike Peters. And And this is going to be a one-point finish, Chad. I'm pretty pumped here. I was pretty pumped before this race even got underway. We saw some of the talented drivers. We saw some of the amazing talent that was in this field, in this lineup, ready to race here this evening. And they have not disappointed. They have put on an absolutely amazing show, a picture-perfect race here at Daytona International Speedway. And just because of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to give these drivers a little bit of credit here with a crank it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. up here for all these drivers in a beautiful crank it up session out there on the racetrack. As out in front, you see the pass here once again, and Steve Tucker putting himself into the lead here. Tucker back out in front, leading the way here in this one. This number one machine has led a lot of laps here this evening. Has looked very good all day long, and I don't think he's done yet of leading more and more of these laps. But the one thing that every single one of these drivers is going to try to do is make sure he does not lead lap number 70. They want to be the driver in victory lane. They know that's the lap that he cannot lead across the line. But he is going to give everything he can to try to get there, as each and every one of these drivers put on a great show here for us all around the racetrack. But here you go, a second round of pit stops. So this is part of the pit strategy. This one may not work out in the favor here for these drivers. See Steve Tucker back down pit side with Christian Angel, Hunter Kent right there as well. Keith Fonseca, Caleb Ramsey all down pit lane here. You'll see the 4-rider Corey Taylor down pit side as well in the 4 machine. As man, this is going to be a tough one for some of these drivers. If they can't get grouped together quick enough, they may be falling behind in a quick hurry. And the other interesting thing may be is whether or not other drivers may have been able to save fuel and maybe put themselves into the best position possible to maybe win this race without having to make another pit stop. That could be a very interesting maneuver here by a lot of different drivers, and that could really mix up the outcome of tonight's feature event if drivers decided not to, maybe get some different fuel strategies out there, and they may be primed and ready to lead this race to the rest of the way and possibly win this race. And it's going to come down, I think, to the very wire here. Is Justin Lewis out in front, Wesley Donaldson back in second here. So our pole sitter right there in P2 is the WBD diecast ride, rolls in position number 2. The Canes number 95 of Mike Peters there in third, with Todd Merkel back in position number 4 here. So Peters there in third. Those 3 drivers back behind them, they are all lapped down on the racetrack right now. So unfortunate break there, as that is Joshua Yarborough, Shane Griffin, Bradley King, all a lap down out there on the racetrack. Frank Peachock also lapped down with Corey Taylor, Fred Anderson, Sean Wilder, Nate Defiant, also a lap down here as well. Lucas Longmire. We do see some smoke down the back straightaway here, but no caution flag. Clay Cantrell still down pit side here, so tough break for Clay. Darrell Young Jr., who we did see in this race and having a good day on the racetrack, he is also off the track as well. So a lot of drivers running into issues. I'm not sure if it's connection issues that some of these drivers have ran into or not, but a lot of drivers drop out of this race in the 71 ride and the 88. 2 drivers that were towards the front of the field. Clay Cantrell, very good at the start of the race. He was up at the front of the field. Darrell Young Jr. was working very good. Teammates out there on the racetrack, Steve Tucker and, the other car that was with them were running very well. Christian Angel, they were running very good together. As you see the 1 ride back out onto the racetrack here now. He is kind of by himself now. He does have the 61 ride right there with him. But that number 60 ride that he's been working with, not there anymore, as Keith Fonseca now to his back bumper. Here comes William Burton right there as well. There, rolling up to these guys. See Caleb Ramsey, Hunter Kent, they're working themselves back up here into this fight as well. The 1 ride's going to jump up in front of them, try to work together here, as Dale Miller back there in position number 22. Scott Bellum back there in 23rd. Adam Thomas, Scott McKinney, and then you see the 60 ride quite a ways back here. So possible mistake on pit lane for Scott McKinney. So, not Scott McKinney, sorry, for the 60 ride of Christian Angel, as Christian Angel, down a lap now behind our race leaders and working so well with that 1 machine all evening long. And mistake down pit side is put this 60 ride behind the ball now, and something we talked about early in this race. Anytime that you can make a mistake down pit side, could put you at a huge disadvantage, and it's very tough to get laps back here on the Daytona International Speedway, and right now it's looking very, very tough as our top three drivers are right there together. The 07 of Justin Lewis and Wesley Donaldson have been working perfectly together out there on the racetrack as the JL Racing Machine leading the way here. Donaldson there in second, Mike Peters right there in third, then 4 lap down drivers right there with them. 4 lap down drivers rolling there. The 60 Ryan trying to work himself back on the lead lap. We did see that Camry come down pit side, and I think a pit stop already, the second pit stop of the day here, our second green flag pit stop for him, as we do see Rob Page headed down pit side. Justin Bentley also heading down pit road as well. So some more drivers starting to have to come down pit lane here. That may open the floodgates for more and more drivers to head down pit lane, and that's exactly what Steve Tucker and crew are hoping for here. Is his first back to make the first green flag pit stop, and then they were the first of the second round of green flag pit stops to come back down pit lane as well. They are really hoping more and more drivers in front of them have to head into pit lane here. They're running out of laps in a quick hurry. The laps are clicking down. Drivers are running out of time to put positions up, and only 4 laps left to go across the line for our race leader. Can Justin Lewis, Wesley Donaldson, Mike Peters have enough fuel to make it to the end here? They got some drafting help with the lap traffic here. Trying to help them right now as you see a little farther back. Our 4th place driver, the 2 rider, Todd Merkel there in position number 4. And looking for more, Austin Call in the Aflac 47 right there with him. Corey Rainey in the 4 machine there in 6. Kevin Haas, Chase Greer in the 13. The 40, that is Matthew Fritz. Justin Hurst right there in the 22 ride. And then all the way back a little farther, you see that 1 ride. Now there is a big gap between these drivers and our the rest of these bit of a lead pack. We also have the number 37 of Hunter Cole and Chris Mayo kind of stuck right in between these guys. But as you look up a little closer, the second big pack that's trying to hunt down our race leaders. They're slowly but surely getting there, but they may not have enough time, as this one is going to come right down to the wire here. Mike Peters sliding a little farther back here. He's hoping for more drafting help is Justin Lewis. The 91 of Wesley Donaldson in the lap down number 60 machine of Christian Angel. Running away from that 5-car pack back there behind him. And the top 2 have started to separate themselves even more from the rest of the field as, oh, Mike Peters is headed down pit side for the caution flag. The 2 ride is around. The 2 ride is around. Todd Merkel going for a spin backwards into the pit wall, and a late race caution flag has been displayed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. Money on the line. Possible green or caution flag pit stops for a lot of drivers in the field, as they may have had enough to get to the checkered flag, but they may not have enough for NASCAR overtime here at Daytona International Speedway. Heavy damage there to that 2 machine, as we will play it back and take a look to see what happened here as we saw this 2 machine spinning out down the tri-oval as they were catching up to this 5-car pack in a quick hurry. The leader of that second pack that was catching them here, catching up to him in a quick hurry here, tries to jump to the outside. They're already 2 wide in front of them, and just looks like maybe the 11 pushed up the track, which unfortunately just makes the 2 right arrow tight. He pushes up as well, trying to stay out of the wall now. Shoots down the racetrack hard into the side of that 11 machine. Unfortunately, the Napa Auto Parts ride hard into him, hard up into the outside fence as Mike Peters was headed down pit side. You see the 29 ride, or actually that's the 47 ride, the Aflac machine getting tied up in that one as well. Austin Call nowhere to go. Some pretty heavy right front and front end damage there for the 47 ride, and tons of damage for the 11 and the 2 machine out there on the racetrack as they were trying to jump around that pack and trying to work themselves into the top 3. Unfortunately, heavy damage for those drivers. So a tough break there for them, and tough break for a bunch of drivers looking to have a good day at the racetrack. And now it's going to come down to Decisions, decisions, decisions. Do you come down pit lane? Do you keep on rolling out there? What's the call here? You know, that's the very interesting thing. You see more drivers rolling down on the apron right now, trying to take the shortest way around the racetrack, and also running on the apron where the fuel pickup is on these cars. It's kind of on the opposite end, so the flatter you can keep the car if you're low on gas, the more gas you might be able to pick up, and they're also trying to get out of the way here for the lead lap drivers as the lights are still on the official iRacing pace car. Be interesting to see how this one is going to play out. It's going to be a very, very wild end to this race, and man, I'm excited to see how this one ends up. All right, let's see if we can get Wesley Donaldson up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Wesley, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy? Wesley, man, a good, solid run here for you all evening long. You started on the pole. You find yourself here in position number 2 late in this race. How's that car feeling? And, you know, the big question that's on everyone's mind right now, do you have enough gas to get to the end? What's the strategy here late in this race? Absolutely. Now, I've seen you and Justin Lewis there in the 07 ride working pretty well together here all evening long. If he gets a good jump on you on the restart and slides up in front of you, are you going to try to make moves to get back around him here late in this race, or are you going to be happy with trying to help him out and maybe push him across the line? Absolutely. Well, Wesley, good luck out there. Have fun, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth in your Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for the 91 ride. Wesley Donaldson currently in position number 2. Wesley going to be looking to try to make some moves, looking to try to put himself possibly into victory lane, but you heard it there from him. The 07 ride can kind of get into a position that kind of blocks the 91 back there behind him. Wesley definitely won't be too upset about pushing him here to a win, but they're going to have a lot of fast cats back here behind him. Now that this field is regrouped, this may not be our final caution flag of the evening. We may see a couple more caution flags here as we're going to do NASCAR overtime. The objective is to make one full clean lap around. If the white flag is displayed before the caution flag, then the race will be official. The next flag will end it if the yellow or if the white flag has been displayed. If the caution flag comes out before the yellow flag, we will rack them up, we will stack them up, and we will try it all over again as many times as the league has allowed. I'm not sure exactly. Let's take a look here and see. So 1 of 1. So we're gonna have one chance at this. One chance at this. I wasn't sure if we were gonna have 3, 4. NASCAR does unlimited. So we're gonna have one chance at this. So one caution flag here from this restart, and we will be official. So to be out in front right from the get-go here, having a good jump for the 07 ride of Justin Lewis could put himself into victory lane here. They could be wrecking in quarter number 1 here on the restart right at this moment in time. As long as he is at the front of the field when that yellow flag is displayed, he could be that race winner. No yellow flag means he's going to have to try to race as hard as he can to keep all of these fast cats back there behind him as things are about to get absolutely wild here at Daytona International Speedway. Justin Lewis, Wesley Donaldson, 1 and 2 on the racetrack here for the restart. Corey Rainey, Kevin Haas there in 3rd and 4th. Then we see the number 47 ride. That is Austin Cull. He's got Chase Greer in the 40 to his outside. Matthew Fritz in the 29, the 37, a Hunter Cole there in 7th and 8th. Row number 5 in the 23, it's Chris Mayo. Into his outside is going to be the one ride of Steve Tucker. Hunter Kent back there in 11th. We'll have the 61 of Keith Fonseca back there behind him in 12th. And then we see Caleb Ramsey, Derek Catt, Justin Hurst, Adam Thomas, Scott Bellum, Justin Bentley, Dale Miller, Joey Lamb rounding out our top 20 here in this one. AJ Cruz, Mike Peters, Todd Merkel, Christian Angel, Joshua Yarbrough, unfortunately a lap down here. That's why you see a jump between lead lap drivers a little bit farther forward and drivers that are currently, have taken a wave around and are still on the lead lap, but back behind those lappers. As the pace car makes that hard left-hand turn back down pit side, we're going to get ready for NASCAR overtime here at Daytona International Speedway. Justin Lewis quickly onto the throttle here in that 07 line, looking to be able to clear the 91 of Wesley Donaldson, as Donaldson looking to get a shove here from Kevin Haas. Haas in the Budweiser 13 machine up on the high side, looking into the back bumper of that 91 ride there, door to door, down through corner 1 and into corner number 2. They're going to stay glued right there, door to door, down the back straightaway. Some great racing action here at Daytona International Speedways. Here comes a big jump, the 40 ride. Here comes the one machine, Steve, coming right through contact. The caution flag has been thrown. The yellow flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. The field is locked, and Wesley Donaldson is going to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. One opportunity, one shot here at NASCAR overtime, as the yellow flag has been displayed. The white flag has also came out here, so drivers will roll back down across the start-finish line, but the field has been locked right there. The 91 of Wesley Donaldson will pick up the checkered flag. Kevin Haas right there in second, and Chase Greer going to come home in position number 3. Now, these are unofficial standings. We'll wait until each and every one of these drivers come across the line and make sure drivers are exactly where they're supposed to be. Justin Lewis going from the lead here on that final restart back to possibly position number 4 as he's working himself up to this pack. Everyone trying to get lined up here to make sure that the finishing order stays correct on the racetrack. Austin Call right there, Hunter Kent, Matthew Fritz, Chris Mayo, Keith Fonseca, and Justin Bentley look like they're going to possibly round out our top 10, but you do see the 5 ride of Caleb Ramsey rolling around him, so Ramsey possibly with a top 10 here in that Mud Duck Racing number 5 ride, as the officials are trying to make sure everyone is in the correct position here, as down across the line, the checkered flag will be displayed. We never like to see a race end under the caution flag, but one opportunity, that's all these drivers had here at a green-white checkered finish. Caution flag came out, unfortunately for everyone else, as the 91 ride of Wesley Donaldson will pick up the season opening win here at Daytona International Speedway for the MNT Racing Cup Series here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a huge congratulations up in the chat here for the 91 ride. Let's get a hashtag 91, a hashtag WBD Diecast up in the chat as well for Wesley Donaldson as he picks up the win and parks the 91 ride up here into victory lane. Kevin Haas going to come home in second, and Chase Greer going to come home in position number 3. What a run, what a race, and what a way to finish things off here from Daytona International Speedway. Man, what a crazy, crazy race that these drivers put on for us, man. That was a ton of fun, and I'm sure this 91 ride is absolutely pumped up right now. Knowing that he's got the win, he parked it into victory lane. We're going to take a look back, though, and see what brings out this caution flag. So we saw the white flag fly under the yellow, so we'll look back at the yellow flag, and we're going to take a look right here in the middle of this lead pack as everyone trying to work themselves to the front of the field. You see Steve Tucker here. He gets a great restart, and down the back straightaway, he makes some moves, and as he's making moves here, He's going to put himself into a pretty different position. Unfortunately, as he's moving around here, trying to put himself into the best spot possible. He's going to find a hole here, and he's going to jump right into the middle. And as he does, you see him jump in the middle, the 47 down to the inside. That's Corey Rainey up on the high side, and it looks like contact between Rainey and the 54. Let's see if we can get another look at it here. See if we can get another look right here. So keep an eye on this 54 ride. So there's going to be contact with the 4 and the 54. That puts the 4 up into the 1 ride. Spin Steve around, and then everyone else piling in there. Everyone trying to keep themselves out of trouble, but the mayhem just ensues back here. Unfortunately for Steve Tucker, after leading a lot of laps here this evening, this is how his race is going to come to a close here. Backwards up against the fence here. A tough break there for that one machine. Let's see if we can play it back and get another look at this one as mayhem down the back straightaway. And unfortunately, there was a ton of drivers that just got tore up right there. Drivers that were just looking to have a decent day at the track and just nowhere to go. And that's the big one here this evening. And see a lot of drivers get tore up here. The 81 right up in there. That's Joey Lamb. We see the 37, the 8 ride, all collected in that one. A lot of drivers tore up. Scott Bellum in there as well. Hunter Cole. A bunch of good drivers tore up there late in this race. And Joey Lamb, tons of damage. A lot of drivers getting tore up. But at the end of the day, burning down the house, Wesley Donaldson. Let's see if we can play it back here. I'm not sure if Wesley decided to do some burnouts or whatnot on the racetrack, but we'll see if we can take a look back at it. There we go. We're going to get a look here quickly at the 91 ride doing some burnouts here as he's absolutely pumped up. He's excited to pick up this checkered flag as he burns it down here at Daytona International Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get him up into the broadcast booth here for some post-race interviews. So don't go anywhere. As post-race interviews going to get underway, we're going to pull our top 3 up into victory lane as the 91 ride burns down to house here at Daytona International Speedway, picking up the win of the Daytona 175 here in the MNT Cup Series season opener. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Wesley Donaldson as we pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Wesley, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy again? Wesley, well, no sound on the interview. Can you say something again quick? Ooh, yeah, okay, let me see. I had audio issues literally before I went live. Everything on Streamlabs decided it wanted to just go back to like default settings. So I've been trying to make sure that everything is good. Try that. I don't know if they did or not. Jack, can you guys hear him? I hate audio, bro. Audio is the worst. I have 70 different options to click on here, and I don't know which one. Don't think that would be it. My whole audio settings don't even show anything like moving. Say something again? I think that might have worked.
Hello.
Yes, there we go. Okay, now we got it. Okay. Well, that may have been a mistake because I did 2 interviews earlier and they may not have been able to hear you. So, good to know that one. All right. Well, now we got that issue figured out. Man, what a run, what a drive. We talked to you before that green-white checkered, and we talked about, what you're going to be able to do, how you're going to be able to try to pull this one off, and you were right there, door-to-door, down the back straightaway, into corner number 3, and then chaos unfolds back there behind you, and luckily enough, you were able to edge out in front over Kevin Haas and Chase Greer in that 07 ride of Justin Lewis. Be able to be that leader at the yellow flag, only one attempt at green-white checkered, and you're able to pick up the win here in the season opener of the MNT Cup Series, man. Take us back, through the emotions, coming across that line, picking up the checkered flag. Even though it was under the yellow, you're going to feel very, very accomplished here. Starting on the pole and finishing right in that top spot here to start the season off on a picture-perfect note is going to feel pretty damn good.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's nothing more you can really ask for except for, I mean, I guess you could lead every lap, but that doesn't that's not gonna happen most nights or pretty not too many nights at all for that matter. But yeah, I mean, I was a little worried going into that last restart just because obviously you go from a situation where it's like, okay, I'm gonna finish either first or second to I could end up on my lid and finishing, I don't know, I think there was about 20 cars on the lead lap or so end up finishing like 19th or 20th, but uh, I was really hoping there during that last restart that either Justin or I would get the win, just based on how the strategy played out and how we worked together all night. So I knew I'd have probably a little bit of an advantage there being on the high side with how dominant the high side was all night. It was just a matter of if somebody tried to bail on me or try to make a move. But when you see him wrecking like that behind you, it's kind of chaotic with, especially with how much side draft is in these cars. You know, the second somebody pulls out, they can get a pretty good run on you, even if they're just are pushing you at that moment. So, I was hoping the caution would come out quick enough once I saw smoke that Kevin wouldn't get by me there, and luckily enough it did. So, uh, everything, I mean, everything worked out this race just about as well as you could ask for.
Absolutely. Worked out perfectly here for you. Did not work out perfectly for a lot of other drivers, as we saw a lot of drivers having issues, losing connection or, having, bad pitch strategies or anything else that really put them behind the eight ball. And some drivers, getting those penalties down pit side, putting themselves really deep in the hole here throughout those green flag pit stops. We saw a couple of green flag pit stops there in this race, but man, a very, very picture perfect day for yourself. You're able to, lead a bunch of laps yourself, but you're also able to help push that 07 ride to lead a lot of laps as well, as you guys put on a heck of a show here for us. And late in this race, being able to just keep yourself at the top of the racetrack there, not letting anyone really get a run around you or open up the door to make it three wide or shove you into the middle all by yourself. You're able to kind of hold them all off and be able to pick up that checkered flag here in the season opener, knowing that you're able to get, the max points you can here on the day. You're started on the pole. You pick up the win. You can't ask for a better Friday night than that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's about as picture perfect as you can get.
Absolutely. Well, Wesley, a very good run, a very strong performance. Who would you like to thank here for such a great run here at Daytona International Speedway?
Yeah, just thank everybody here at the MNT Cup Series. A brand new league, this many people in the race, especially to super speedway, and fairly minimal caution. So that's something pretty impressive. No matter what league it is at that point. Um, Shout out to my teammate Anthony Calantoni, who wasn't able to stay for the whole race tonight, unfortunately, but was at least out there for a few laps and got some points. We worked well together when we could, at least towards the beginning there. And shout out to my Instagram page, WBD Diecast, where I do make custom diecasts for current day NASCAR Cup, Truck, Xfinity, ARCA, and even iRacing paint schemes. You can do them in 124 scale, 164 scale, pretty much anything you want. So if you're ever interested in custom diecasts, go ahead and check it out.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, check them out, share them, and drop them a follow over there on the Instagram channel. Wesley, a very big congratulations here, picking up the win and putting on a dominating performance here, putting that 91 ride up into exact same spot that you finished here at the front of the field and getting that season opener win here at Daytona International Speedway. Man, we can't wait to see you guys back out on the racetrack next weekend to see how this season's going to play out and many more trips for you possibly up here into the broadcast booth.
Yep, we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening and don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane.
Try not to.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Wesley Donaldson, as Wesley picks up that checkered flag, parks the 91 ride up in Victory Lane. As Brock Page Racing says, good race. Everyone excited for next week? Absolutely. Brock, Mr. Page coming in, showing the love, man. Brock, good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, my boy. Heck, it wasn't too long ago. I do believe we saw you racing over there in the Outcast Racing League, and now we see you here in the MNT Cup Series. And man, it's always good. It's always awesome to see you guys duking it out and having fun here with us. And it's going to be a very, very fun, very exciting series, man. And the talent and the amount of cars that are showing up and showing out here all evening long is going to be very, very fun here all evening. And we're going to get ready to try and pull in our second place finisher here. Kevin Haas is, hopefully I'm saying that right, is Kevin Haas coming home in position number 2. We see Olivia Andrew coming in, dropping that follow over on the Twitch channel. Olivia Andrew, welcome to the PeaceMaker family. Welcome to the PeaceMaker Crew. Kay Rainey 4 coming in with the subscription over on the YouTube channel as well, coming in, showing the love as well. As Brock says, yes sir, trying new things. Hey brother, ain't nothing wrong with trying new things, my dude. Ain't nothing wrong with trying new things. That is for certain. That is for certain. Hey, look at me, man. I started out as a dirt class, a dirt racing broadcaster, and here I am. I think I have more pavement series right now on the go than I do dirt racing. So as dirt series has kind of went down, the pavement stuff is picked up, and I'm not going to miss a beat. I don't want to have time off. I don't want to have days where I'm not broadcasting iRacing. So here we are, man, putting on more and more epic shows here on the flat top, on the asphalt. Usually the way you get to the dirt track, it's the stuff you usually drive your truck on, not your race car on. But and these pavement cars, they are a lot of fun, and I see a lot of dirt guys going over there and having a lot of fun on the asphalt. And we saw a couple of them in here today, and Caleb Ramsey in there with the top 10 as well. So pretty awesome to see. As we're going to scour through the Discord to see if we can find them. Didn't know you was calling these until right before the grid. Laugh loud. Good to see you, though. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Always good to see you as well. It was cool seeing you, and there were so many other drivers that are in the field that I've seen in different leagues and different series and everything else that we've broadcasted before. So when I saw, Brock Page in there, I put a little smile on my face knowing that we had another familiar face, another familiar driver out there on the racetrack. So that was a lot of fun. That was pretty cool to see. And let's see if we can find... Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see our second place or third place driver. I was going to try to get our top 3 in for post-race interviews, but I only saw our race winner in there. Okay, so that's a tough break. Jacob had internet issues. Oh, well, that's a tough break. Jacob, no, why you having internet issues, man? There were so many people that unfortunately ran in, I think, to internet issues or different issues out there on the racetrack, and it was a tough break for, I think, a few of them there. Jacob Carter and Anthony Colatoni and, Daryl Young, like all these guys, Clay Cantrell, Mike Martino, a lot of these people, just ran into issues. Caleb McKinney, Marshall Harris, like there's a bunch of them that unfortunately just ran into issues there. And unfortunately, though, ladies and gentlemen, damn Spectrum, yeah, damn Spectrum is for certain. There was somebody in the field with a Spectrum race car. Someone was sporting a Spectrum paint scheme. I'm not sure who it was. I didn't see it during the race, so I'm not sure if it was Caleb or Jacob or someone that lost connection early in the race or that didn't start the feature event. But there was someone I saw in the practice race 100% had a Spectrum internet and TV paint scheme on their car, and then their internet went out. You can interview me if you want. Laugh my ass off. I mean, we could. We usually try to save the last interviews for the top 3 drivers. So, unfortunately, brother, not this evening. But we'll be going through drivers and pulling up different drivers throughout the races here all season long. The more caution flags we have is the more opportunities I'll have to pull more drivers in. And I didn't really want to pull too many in this evening, as I just had literally, as I had like the button to go live, I noticed that like I didn't have any audio level showing, and if I don't have the audio level showing, it means there's nothing connected to them. And I hit the go live button not thinking of it, and I literally had like no audio. All of my desktop audio, my microphone audio, all my audios all went back to default before the start of this race, bro. It was tough, and I had to quickly try to on the fly figure out which channel was which to make sure that the audio was working in all of them, and I still really didn't know. And I did a couple interviews, I guess, earlier before somebody finally came in and said that there was no sound on the interview. So I did 2 interviews earlier during the caution flags, and they couldn't even hear the second half of the interview. So the other person in the interview. So that one kind of sucked. I mean, they were pretty good interviews, and good to get to know drivers, and some shout outs for their fans in the stands and everything else. And hate that the audio just decided to take a crap right there, literally as I was going live. Man, that was the worst. That's the worst. Worst case, honestly, for us. Internet issues are probably the worst case, but audio issues are also a very worst case scenario for a broadcaster. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, unfortunately, doesn't look like we can get our top 3 in here. We did get our race winner in here, Wesley Donaldson. Kevin Haas, our second place driver in. Chase Greer coming home in position at number 3, as Brock says, that'd be funny if that's the case. Laugh my ass off. Listen, it's always funny. All good, bro. All good. 100%, brother. Hey, listen, we're gonna try to get everyone that shows up on a weekly basis. We're gonna try to get them into each and every one of these broadcasts. Try to get them in here for a little bit of airtime, whether or not they're back of the pack driver that's just trying to learn, trying to get their handle on these cars, and just out there having fun, running 30th position. We'll drag them in here if we see them in the Discord. We'll continuously just keep going through the Discord through caution flags and pulling more and more drivers in for interviews and stuff. So if drivers are wanting to be interviewed during the race and have a little bit of time to talk to me and talk about their car and their sponsors or anything else, make sure that you're in the Discord so that way I can get you guys in there and pull you guys up into the channel. But listen, I can't thank you guys enough, man. Absolutely amazing race, absolutely amazing show here all evening long, right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag. These guys put on an absolutely amazing race for us, man, and I couldn't have been a better evening here at Daytona International Speedway than what we had here tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in, and I will catch you all back here in the next one. But thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.